Welcome everybody to another ACHA matchup as we have the Bowling Green Falcons taking on the Kentucky Wildcats in this TSCHL ACHA Division II matchup. I'm Ben Shannon and my partner next to me, Justin Chickatano, for this one. We should see a very exciting matchup as we saw last night when Bowling Green came down to play the University of Kentucky in Lexington for Midnight Madness. Usually a tough game, always on the BG schedule. This year they bounced back and they only lose 3-2 in overtime. Very big momentum shift going into tonight at the Slater Family Ice Arena. Justin, what do you think your takeaways from last night's game were?
Well, I mean, playing in an environment like Midnight Madness at Kentucky, it's very, very hard for any visiting team that comes into that arena with that environment. Like, it's unreal. They sell out every game, and it's always crazy loud in there, and you're getting stuff said at you the entire game. It's very hard to, like, stay in a good mental state in that arena. But BG, they played a great game. It's like you said, they were able to take them to overtime, the fourth-ranked team in the Southeast. BG being ranked 18th, and but yeah, they're a very, very good team, Kentucky. And I mean, yeah, if they're able to play the way they played last night, if they're able to replicate that and play like that here tonight, they're gonna have a very good chance of winning because the crowd here, they're going to be all on BG's side, and that's going to be a big confidence booster, I think. And yeah, I was very impressed with how they were able to take it to overtime and lose only by one. It would have been nice to get the win, but they have a chance to get back in the win column here tonight. So yeah, it should be fun.
Yeah, and to take a point right there, Justin, in that TSCHL North Division that's kind of up for grabs as Bowling Green had a commanding lead, and now it's anybody's game right now. Bowling Green's still leading, but teams still having to play a lot of games left. We'll see what happens. That's a storyline down the stretch. Jack Smalley, freshman, back in net. It seems like Drew Harper kind of finally made his decision on that goalie battle between those three and to see who is the starting tender for the rest of the year. We've seen a lot of Jack Smalley. I think that continues. But for the Dirty Birds pregame show, rather, as there's mic checks going on around us, we will sign off for now. Stay tuned, 11:30 puck drop for this TSCHL matchup. You don't want to miss it.
And good evening, everybody. Thank you very much for tuning in to this ACHA Division II matchup between the Kentucky Wildcats and your Bowling Green State Falcons. I am Justin Chicatano, alongside my broadcast partner Ben Shanahan, and this is the second matchup of a two-game weekend series between Kentucky and BG. Last night was Game 1. It took place at midnight over at Kentucky in Lexington, and Kentucky took that game 3-2 in overtime. And we are now back at the Slave for the first time since last Saturday, and this will be the last game of the month for the Falcons, as they will have a long break. They have next weekend off and the following weekend off for Thanksgiving, and then they will be taking on the Ohio Bobcats on December 2nd and 3rd, and then that will be it for the fall semester games. So we have this game and then two more, and then that's it. We're done after that. So yeah, Ben, give me your keys to the game for the Falcons today, aka the Shanna plan. What's the Shanna plan?
Yeah, the Shannon plan for night game. Obviously, an overtime loss is tough. You never want to lose in overtime. You really never want to lose, but overtime when it drains you, just know it's a brand new game. You know, you can't have that affect. Last night game can't affect you at all. Now we're back to 0-0. We have 60 minutes on the clock. Play your game. Play strong defensively. We've seen them do a lot. Play, don't stay out of the penalty box. Don't take dumb penalties. And finally, you can respond, but from what we've seen a lot from this Falcons team, you have to come out early and start playing hockey. It seems like they take a while until their opponent does something, and then they have to respond. You don't have to respond. The best response is one that's already happened before you needed to respond. Go up big, hold that lead. What's your Chicatano segment of plans?
We'll come up with a name for it at some point, but yeah, yours is very easy. But yeah, so for me, I would say there's two keys for me, and that's BG has to get on the board first, because we've seen what this team can do when they get on the board first. They are a very, very difficult team to hang with once they get on the board first, because it seems like whenever they go on top, they always carry the momentum throughout the entire game, and it's very hard for any team to respond to all the pressure they put on after they get all that momentum getting on the board first, or getting on the board at all, for that matter. So get on the board first, and then the second key is a key that I feel like we always stress, but it seems to be a very, very important factor that's played in every single game, and that's stay out of the box. So yeah, I mean, just stay out of the box and also get on the board early, and it's like you said, start fast, come quick out of the gate. You can't play from behind. You can't come out lazy at all. You got to come out 100%, 100 miles an hour, and play with everything that you have, from the first whistle to the last whistle.
Yeah, I mean, Bowling Green's had to do that right away as they're announcing starting lineups for the Falcons and the Wildcats. We are just a few minutes away from puck drop.
And I believe we're going to hear the national anthem coming up soon. So once that
Greatest
starts,
song in sports.
Once that starts, we will step away. But for now, the starters for the Falcons. At forwards, the forwards are Chase Snitchke, Chase Sinol, and Mikey Papuanu. On the fence, Trey Zeebel and Trent Gray. And in the net for the second straight night, freshman goaltender Jack Smalley. And so, and we know Cam Horvath and Cole Ferry will not be playing in the game here tonight. Ferry got injured in the game last night against Kentucky, and Cam Horvath is also unavailable, as we just mentioned. So yeah, I mean, having two players like that out in your top six is huge, and it's hard to fill their shoes for any player on the ice. But I have confidence that they have guys to slot in that can play the role that they always play.
Yeah, this is a very confident, connected group. I agree. I have a lot of faith in this team of stepping up and playing their game as they're announcing Jack Smalley's name. He has brought a lot of confidence to this team as the freshman goalkeeper. He's great vision, great athleticism for a freshman. He is just an absolute stud. And as it's time for this national anthem, we'll step away for just a minute.
the national anthem coming to a conclusion, it is time for puck drop.
Yeah, it's time for puck drop, Justin. Just a beautiful song, the national anthem. Gives me goosebumps every time. Probably the best song on earth as we're ready for puck drop. And I will say on Veterans Day weekend, as Bowling Green Club Hockey, ACHA Hockey, we'd like to spend a special thank you to all our veterans out there on this special weekend. Thank you for your service.
And now we take a look at our goaltending matchup. In that for the Falcons, as we mentioned, Jack Smalley, and in that for the Kentucky Wildcats, Arlie Cutler, the freshman from Verona Hills, Illinois. All on the draw, and it's won back by the Wildcats as they will take it into the zone. Shot on, save made by Smalley with the stick. Hops over in the corner, thrown around back behind the net, poked out there by Zeeble, and it comes over to Gray. And Gray takes it out, but it's kept in though, and a shot on is blocked in front. A pass back to the point is blocked off, and now Deneau will take it out. Deneau has Nitschke and Papuanu on his line, and now it's taken back by Kentucky, and then Zeeble took it back and tried to throw it in, but it was blocked off as the Wildcats will race back in. Now put in front, and a pass in front, and there was nobody there as Deneau takes it away, and he will backhand it out or attempt to as it was blocked off. And now he's able to get it out. And it came over to Gray as it went off of him, and it's thrown back in. And now Zeeble, pass across. It goes by Gray, and he puts it off the boards. And now Rudo takes it away.
Great play by Mark Rudo right there.
Rudo moves in, Rudo shoots, and now it's blocked off by the defenseman Colin Holtz. Now it is thrown around, and that is D'Amico racing in with it. And D'Amico moves in, and he was poke checked there by Tiggs. Now he throws it around. And
Mark Rudo's family in attendance tonight, all the way from New Jersey.
It's a far drive.
Yeah, you'd know.
It's a far drive.
Justin Chicatano is also a New Jersey native, for those that don't know.
But it's well worth it.
And there's nothing better than ACHA hockey.
Nope. Now Rudo has it. He's trying to get it out, but he could not as it was blocked up, and now he gets it back, and he flips it out. And Dubendorfer trying to whack at it, went past him. And that puck was deflected off the glass by the score box. And now Tiggs has it over to Harchie. Harchie moves in with it. And he tried to throw it in, but it was blocked off there. And now Tiggs has it over to Kerr, and Kerr tips it in as Bertzlaff will give chase.
I will say, Justin, how awesome is it to see Logan Harchie back on the ice after what we saw last weekend?
Yep. Yeah, I mean, like I was very surprised. We both talked to him on Thursday, I believe that was Thursday, right? Yeah, and he said that he was going to be able to play, and we were both so happy that he was going to be able to play. As that puck is thrown in front, and Dirk Matt will clear it over to Schuler. But yeah, I was so happy when he told me that he was going to be able to play. He's a big voice, both off the ice and on the ice. Like, all the boys love him. He's a great guy to have in the locker room and also on the ice. And yeah, it's huge that he didn't miss any games.
Yeah, no,
for the Falcons.
It's absolutely massive. Just an absolute beautiful man to talk to. Just a great person all the way around. I'm so happy that he's back on the ice, and a lot better than what he was last time we saw him on the ice.
Now give away a shot, and a glove save by Smalley. Great save made by the freshman goaltender, as he was able to rob Dan Quartapella. I remember that name from last year. It's a mouthful. Dan Quartapella, the sophomore out of Havertown, PA. Now that puck is back in the deep as Zeeble will try to play it. He reverses it over to Gray, and Gray will give it back to him. And lets it go past him over to Messenger as he's watched there by a couple Wildcats. Now comes back out at the point, and a drive, and it went wide. And now it's thrown on and blocked in front by Tanner Smith.
Just a beautiful sponge there by Tanner Smith. Still in his first kind of couple games back from injury.
And that shot went wide off the stick of LaRoe. Now behind the net, Smith has it.
Oh, ref took a bump.
And the official got run into hard there by Connor Underwood.
That for sure will not be watched all the time by me on YouTube.
And now Smith trying to poke at it. Now comes around. Messenger has it now. And it's kept in. Now at the point. Shot on there, save made with the pad, and a backhander save made by Smalley once again, and that shot went off the outside of the net. And Smalley's made some great saves here in the early going.
Yeah, Smalley's a stud. Just a huge addition this offseason from St. Francis High School in Ohio. You love to see it.
Now Schuette's pass got blocked off, but he gets back to it by one of the penalty boxes. Now thrown across, and Gray has it. Gray pass across. Siebel off the boards over to Nitschke, and now Denol has it. Denol, oh, what a move. He moves in, he shoots, and he scores! What a goal by Chase Denol. He pulled off a toe drag in the slot and was able to roof it high glove. And early in the first, it's 1-0 BG.
And that's a huge goal right there. Just absolutely disgusting as our scoreboard operator, Luke Orrs, does the ew motion to us. Just an absolute beautiful goal. I mean, are you even shocked, though, Justin? You saw that toe drag come in, and I was like, oh, okay, Bowling Green's up 1-0. He is just really, a special player.
It's really hard to get excited when he scores goals when Chase scores goals like that, because I mean he does it game in, game out. It's so like
he scores them at crazy volumes. It's nuts.
Like when it comes to regular thing, it's like kind of hard to react like big. But I mean that was an unbelievable goal. I mean he didn't slow down at all. There was like he was able to carry the puck in stride and just carry it through, and then just absolutely snipe it on the Wildcat goalie in a phenomenal way to begin the game for the Falcons. Now Papuanu was battling for it there, and it's taken back by the Wildcats. Now in the middle, a shot save made by Smalley with the pad. Great left pad save by Jack Smalley. And now it's taken out. Here comes Denol again. Will he try the same move? No, he'll put it in front, and off the stick of Papuanu. And a save made there by the Kentucky Wildcats goaltender.
And kind of a tough play right at the blue line. I didn't see a trip, but the Kentucky bench wanted a trip there. No call.
That puck is loose and is kept in. And now Dubendorfer takes it back. And he races in with it. Waits, shoots, save made. And now Dubendorfer still has it. It was poked off him, but now thrown in front. And a shot there. Oh, what a save made there by Cutler. Great save there on Chase Denol.
And I will say that was kind of a smart move by the Golden Bull, Jacob Dubendorfer, to look at Denol the entire time because everybody's expecting the pass to go there and then just fire it himself. Better play by Cutler, though. Great save.
Now at the point. Throwing back. At the circle, a shot, and it was blocked out there by Dirk Matt, and it comes all the way back out as Kentucky will reset.
Great start for the Bowling Green the first 6 minutes as they're just sponging away.
And now Kerr was able to knock it down, and he threw it across, and Dirk Matt chops at it, and it goes over Bertzlaff, and now it's thrown all the way back down, and icing is called. 13:32 left to go here in the first. 1-0 Falcons. And the players on the ice for the Falcons: Adam Bertzlaff, Colin Dirkmatt, Jacob Dubendorfer, Luke Kerr, and playing in the second game of the year. He played in the first game last night, the Pennsylvania native Nolan Sarnowski.
And he's been a big voice off the ice, obviously injured as of late for this entire season, but he's kind of took a coach's role since he's been gone. I'm so happy to see him back on the ice. Another just great guy, better player. You know, there's a lot of great culture in this BG club.
And the row shot was stopped there by Smalley. And Dirkmatt, great battle there in the corner between him and LaRoe.
That can't be comfortable.
And he's able to come out with it. Dirkmatt went to go dive for it, and he's just missed it. And it's kept in. Now thrown in the middle. A shot save made by Smalley, point blank. As he made a great save on Parker Rice. And Bertzlaff trying to get it in. He was poke checked there. In the corner, Jaros has it now. Jaros back out at the point. Zeeble shot save made by Cutler with the pad.
And BG's very lucky there as they were kind of just sitting back after it looked like they were going to call offsides. They didn't. Luckily, Smalley made a better save, or we could have a tied game right now. Got to play that whistle.
And now Cortapella gives it to his teammate, and now D'Amico back at the point. And a shot on save made by Smalley through traffic, and he holds it. 12:21 to go in the first. Bowling Green leads 1-0 over Kentucky on a goal by, you want to guess who? Chase Denol.
Yeah. there's a reason, I don't know if he still does, but at one point last weekend he did lead the nation in points. Got shut out in points last weekend, but like we said, just a very special talent on this team and something you want to just tune in every. It's kind of scheduled television.
And that puck rolled in on Smalling and he tried to cover it, but he could not. And now Kentucky takes it back. And Wood stole that pass. He's able to get it out over to Schutte. Schutte has Messenger with him. Schutte throws it in deep. Now it's poked at and around. Zeeble has it now. Zeeble's shot was blocked off by Messenger. Now put in front, and the save made there on the deflection by Cutler. Big hit in the corner there by Jack Messenger. Now behind the net, Kentucky will attempt to get the puck out. Down the far board, just throwing it into the zone, and rolls it on Smalley as he scoops it up, and that stops play with 11:38 to go in the first. So what's your analysis so far of the game? We're about, Ben, we're about 8.5 minutes into the game so far. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, they're following the Shannon plan, probably A+ perfect right now. No penalties. They went up ahead first, and when they go up ahead first, they're just a hard team to beat, like you said in your unnamed Chicatano segments of moments of plans. But Bowling Green did a great job. Chasing All does what Chasing All does, scored a great goal. Bowling Green needs to keep this up. There's still a lot of time left to play. It is Chasing All is probably going to steal this puck here.
And it all, he tried to get to it, and he was able to draw a penalty, and BG will get the first power play of the game.
Yeah, and
as I believe it, it's going to be a hooking call. Yep, it's going to be a hooking call, and the penalty will be assessed to Kentucky's number 19, Colin Costello, the freshman out of Plymouth, Massachusetts. So, the power play unit out on the ice, Papuanu, Denol, Nitschke, Kerr, and Zeeble. And Denol will take the draw, and it's won back by the Wildcats. And D'Amico tried to clear, but he could not, and now it's played across, and Denol has it now. And Ben, you wanted to touch on something before I went into my segment. Go ahead.
Yeah,
sorry.
no, I mean, it's just one of those. It's just one of those things that the team is so united. Once they take a lead, it's very hard to beat them. Cutler, also a Chicago native, Libertyville, Illinois, grew up about 20 minutes from my house.
Did you know him at all?
And what?
Did you?
No, I didn't know him. I just saw on the sheet. I know a mutual friend. But Justin, playing against a guy like Chasing All, how hard is it to not draw a penalty there when it's a one-on-one?
And Abdul has it at the point. Takes the drive. Great move there. He moves in. Still has it. He shoots, and a save made there by Cutler.
That was a great save.
And Z was able to keep it in. Great keep in there. And now Kerr has it. Kerr down low. Over to Denol. Back over to Kerr, and that shot got deflected up high. And now Papuanu still has it now. At the point. Waits with it. Gets it over to Zeeble. Zeeble. Pass in the middle. Back to Zeeble. Zeeble putting it in front. And Denol bring it off the post.
Oh,
now comes over.
So close.
And I mean, that was a wide open net for Denol, and he never misses those. And that was just a bad break for Denol.
But I'll go back to that question, though, Justin. As a former hockey player like yourself, how hard is it, Justin, to play against a talent like Chase Denol? I think we're experiencing technical difficulties.
Now we're good.
How hard is it to play against a guy like Chase Denol as a former hockey player? You know, what do you have to do to not draw a penalty, but also not let him get by you and score like we've seen twice?
There's a couple things that I would say you could do, and that's, worry about your defensive part of the game more than your offensive part of the game. You want to have your top four out there as much as possible, and I mean, you want to put multiple guys on him, but what that does is that opens up lanes, and we've seen him make insane passes before. He has a crazy shot. He can make passes from anywhere on the ice, and I mean, it's extremely hard to stop a player like Denol. I mean, we haven't seen many teams able to stop him so far. I mean, OSU did a pretty good job.
Yeah, OSU probably did the best job
hitting him. I would say they were the only ones that were able to shut him down, and I mean, it's like you said. At one point, he was first in the nation in ACHA Division II. He was first in the nation in points. So, I mean.
And he could definitely get back there with a big weekend.
I'm not really sure how to stop him because, I mean, if other coaches can't find a way to stop him, I'm not sure I would have an answer either. I have no idea.
Well, he's already got 3 points on the weekend, 3 goals. Just an absolute special talent as Kentucky's going to make a rush.
Now, great move there. He's put in front, and the bat out of midair was fanned on. Couldn't tell who that was for Kentucky. And now that shot got deflected up. It comes over to Schutte. Schutte tried to chop at it, but he missed it. Now it's put in front, and the tip hopped over the stick of the streaking Wildcat forward. Now comes back over to Archie. Archie spins it back over to Tiggs. Off the boards. Wood is able to get it out, and he put it in between Smith and Schutte. As the Wildcats will reset and throw it in, and a blocker save made by Smalley on the shot from the red line. Now puck thrown up, and Denol just missed a pass on the breakaway, and a great attempt there by Wood, and great positioning there by Denol, but the pass went just wide of his stick. 8:09 to go in the first. BG's up 1-0.
And we've seen that a lot by Chase Denol. He kind of just lurks around the blue line, and then if you can catch him, if that puck can find his stick, it's off to the races. And if you're a goalie, you're just praying to whatever God you believe in to save it, because he can about put it pretty much wherever he wants on that ice.
Now throw it down low. And Denol gets to it in the middle. And the shot there from Sarnowski got blocked off. And a great poke there by Nitschke, and it's kept in. Papuanu down low, and now Denol has it. Denol, and he was poked there. Now it's thrown out, and Dirk trying to get to it, and he was able to negate the 2-on-1 there, and a great play there by Dirk Matt. And now behind the net, the Wildcats have it. And they're able to get it out. And a drop pass. Now it's in the middle, and it comes over in the corner. Sarnowski tries to backhand it out and is able to clear it out of the zone. As now Kentucky will attempt to reset. And I believe this will be the first game that we broadcast this year that will go into the next day.
Yeah, I mean, that's good. That's something special there, Justin. Just 2 great guys grinding overnight, from night until morning.
I didn't grind. You were the one that grinded. You've been here since what, 5?
Yeah, it's been a long day for me, as we had a great D1 NCAA matchup before this one. Bowling Green beating a great St. Thomas team, a lot better than last year, I'd say. 3-2. Austin Swanker scoring with 17 seconds left to win it. Just a great game.
And now Denol went in with it, but he was poke checked. Now put in front, and it's blocked off. And this could be a 3-on-2. Or no, they're in the middle of a change. Kentucky is. And the shot on, and a save made by Smalley with the glove, and now it's loose and cleared out of there. And it's poked out there and kept in. Now thrown down low. Zebo trying to get to it.
Yeah, there I think there's just too many Falcons and not enough spaces. I think all 3 of them thought someone else was getting the puck, and they all skated right by it.
And now Zebo tried to get it out, but it was blocked off. And now Rudo takes it over to Dubendorfer. Hopped over his stick. Now it's flipped out of there by Mulkern. Or excuse me, that was Burke. And now Kerr gets to it. Freshman forward made a drop pass, and D'Amico stole it away for Kentucky. And I do remember that name very well from last year. That was a name that I said plenty of times last year. He is a very talented player. So was Cortapella, him too.
And I will say, and I don't remember what I was going to say. My bad. It's been a long day. 5:29 left in this first period. I'm losing my mind. Bowling Green leads 1-0.
Bertzlaff with a great hustle there to negate the icing, and a great check there by Jaros.
Big bad John Jaros just absolutely loves throwing that body around.
And the clearing attempt is kept in by Bertzlaff. Another clearing attempt is kept in by Tiggs, and he threw it in deep. Burke has it behind the net now. He's senior out of Northbrook, Illinois. And a big hit there by Jaros by the bench. And we normally see him throw the body around later in the game. I mean, he's doing it all game, but he has a lot of hits in the third period and also in the second period too. But yeah, for him to be throwing the body around early, it's great.
Oh, that's a car crash hit right there.
And that was between Leroux and Jaros, a huge collision there. And a big hit now behind the net. Now a pass across and a shot and a save by Smalley with the pad. Unbelievable save by Jack Smalley.
Man, both kids went flying there at the blue line as a big hit. Do we have a penalty?
No, the net came off.
Oh. Shout out Adam Simon with that. I know he loves to talk about the net coming off the mornings if he's listening. BGSU alumni right there. ACHA alumni as well. I mean, that was a big hit by John Jaros. We talked about a lot. He's the guy that throws that body around. Another person throws that body around. We saw him get a few hits in there before break. And the net coming off. Luke Schuler led a team points last year. This year, just a big body out there throwing his body everywhere on the ice.
Now loose in front and a shot and they score. And it looked to me like that was LaRoe that got his stick on it. I'm not sure who it was. All I saw was a stick being poked out. And yeah, it is going to be LaRoe on the goal. So with 4:20 to go in the first, Kentucky ties the game.
And if you're Bowling Green, you got to respond. That's probably your best attribute all season. You know how to respond in these moments. That was a beautiful goal. Jack Smalley has nothing to be mad about there. He made a great attempt at it, but just a better play, and we're now tied 1-1.
A puck thrown down and back in and off the boards. And Sarnowski was able to stop it up there. And he tried to reverse, but it was stolen. Now pass in the middle, a shot, and they score again. And Kentucky with two very quick goals, and they are now in front. A unfortunate giveaway in the BG zone. And that time, it was Dan Cortapella, and we just mentioned his name. He's a very lethal player on this Wildcat team.
And if you're Jack Smalley, the freshman, giving up two quick goals, yeah, it stinks, but you have to bounce back here. We saw alternate captain Trent Gray, skate up to him and give him the calm down. It's fine. We can still play this game. This BG's still very dangerous, and we could have a tied game, and you know what, in no time. But if you're Jack Smalley, you can't let this get to your head because you still have a lot of hockey to play left. And once you're in your own head as a goalie, only bad things happen.
And the aforementioned Cortapella scored the game-winning goal in overtime last night for the Wildcats. Now Papuanu, and he got running too hard there. And a whistle blows the play dead.
And I believe we have a Wildcat going to the box.
And a penalty is called on Kentucky. So BG gets their second power play of the game, and this is a big chance to swing the momentum back in your favor. And they throw out the same unit that they did before, the unit of Papuanu, Denal, Nitschke, Kerr, and Zeeble.
Yeah, Bowling Green's got it. Bowling Green has to capitalize on this. As we said, they're a team that knows how to respond. Oh, never mind. Bowling Green's got to respond here.
And Kentucky making some last-second changes. And Denal will take the draw against LaRoe. And the clearing attempt is kept in. Zeeble backhands it in deep. And D'Amico tried to clear, and it's kept in by Zeeble once again. Now Papuanu. And he tried to play it through his legs, and he's still battling for it, and he's able to get it over to Nitschke. Nitschke passed across, and now Denal has it. Denal, and he put it in front, and now it's tipped up into the mesh.
And I do remember what I was saying earlier. Trey Zeeble, I didn't realize this until I talked to him over the last weekend, Justin. He's a natural forward. When we've talked about how good his toe drag and his dangles are, but I never put two and two together. Yeah, he's only played defense for about a year. So if there's nothing more offensive defenseman than that.
Now Zeeble, Kerr through to cross, past Papuanu, and he was almost able to get to it, but it was poked out. And now Kerr will race back to go get it. Kerr played it over to Papuanu. Papuanu goes around the Wildcat, and he brings it on in, but he was poke checked there, and he's able to get back to it. And Denal keeps it in. Now went off the stick of Nitschke. Now it's thrown out and kept in by Papuanu. Now a saucer pass was blocked off, but he was able to get back to it. Now it'll be taken out by Kentucky, and no, they will cycle it right back in and throw it back in deep, and a great job of killing time there.
Yeah, it's an interesting way to kill time. I don't think I've ever seen that before.
And I couldn't tell where the puck went. I believe the official blocked it. Yeah, he did. He just went down to go get it. So the faceoff will be outside the BG offensive zone. 2:41 to go here in the first and 53 seconds to go on the power play. Schuler on the draw. And thrown back by the Wildcats and cleared all the way back down. And Tiggs will go get to it.
Bowling Green's got to do something here to capitalize on this opportunity, this penalty right here. So far they haven't, as John Jaros is lurking at the blue line.
Now Rudo able to avoid the Wildcat, and he's able to bring it on in. Being very patient with it, and he's running too hard there. Now Cortapella has it and is able to get it over to D'Amico, and D'Amico was poked off the puck there by Tiggs, but he takes it back. And a hand pass is called, I believe.
I
saw the official's hand go up and down, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, they were both fighting for the puck, so I really don't know what that's kind of weird, Justin, if I do say so myself. But we'll have a face-off right in front of the blue line. So I think Sarnowski and the Kentucky Wildcat both didn't know what the heck was going on.
Now Dubendorfer and some fighting at the circle as Jaros is on top of Cortapella. And yeah, Jaros will go to the box. And
like I said earlier in that Shannon plan, Justin, you can't take dumb penalties, and you can't let yesterday affect tonight. I didn't see Jaros get messed with all night, and maybe something that happened last night got in his head, and he finally got his revenge. But you're only hurting your team, is now at 4-on-4 for 13 seconds, and then a power play for the remainder for Kentucky.
Now Schuler, Tiggs, Dubendorfer, and Harchie on for the 4-on-4. It'll be a 4-on-4 for 12 seconds. Now at the point, throwing towards the net, and that one went wide. Now Harchie going in the race after it. He's able to get to it and get it over to Tiggs. And now Kentucky is now on the power play as Burke has it. Burke pass across. Now backhand in the cross, and now D'Amico has it. D'Amico goes between the legs. Now at the circle, a shot save made by Smalley there. Now behind the net, D'Amico has it. Back out, and a shot on save made by Smalley again.
I thought we were going to see a Michigan there, as he just lurked behind that net for a while.
And now Schuler is able to take it out, and it could be a 2-on-1 if they hurry up. And the Saucer pass was blocked up, but he's able to get back to it, and he backhands one in front. Dubendorfer trying to whack at it, and he was almost able to get to it, but it was blocked off from him, and now it's taken back over by the Wildcats as they will reset. And that's Burke who has the puck. Burke moves in with it.
Less than a minute left in this first frame.
And the power play will end just before the period ends. The puck thrown in front, save made by Smalley, and he will cover it up as it was thrown on net there by Eastlak. And that was another name that I remember saying a lot last year, Eastlak. It was Eastlak, Cortapella, and D'Amico.
Yeah, I mean, only a second
from last year.
Like you said, another point you said earlier, only a second difference between the game clock and the penalty clock. So Bowling Green will be back to full strength with 1 second left, just in time for the horn to sound.
Still on the draw. Now behind the net, D'Amico has it. And it's at the point. It's stolen by Nitschke as he was able to clear it out.
Like I said, don't expect I'm kind of feeling a Kentucky-Michigan attempt coming up soon as they just keep standing behind that net for a long period of time.
And stay tuned. After the period, we will have a short intermission report for you following the end of the first period. Now Burke has it back behind the net. 15 seconds to go. And he gives it over to D'Amico. D'Amico give it across. Cortapella will take it in now. And a big hit there by Denal. And he backhands one near Nitschke. And offsides is called as D'Amico entered the zone before Eastlak was able to lead the zone. 4 seconds to go here in the period. Now tie up on the draw, and Nitschke puts it off the boards. And that will do it for the first period. Kentucky with a 2-1 lead at the end of one on goals by Leroux. And the other goal from Cortapella, and the goal from BG coming just 4.5 minutes into the game from Chase Denal. And we will hop right into the Dirty Birds first intermission report. Ben, it's all you.
Yeah, I meeen, obviously Bowling Green, you're down 2-1. You still played a great first period. Taking that lead early, yeah, Kentucky responds, and then they respond right back. Right now, it's all about the response variable for Bowling Green. Um, we've already beat Cutler once. You got to try to beat him again, as Chase and all did earlier. Expect him to be firing on all cylinders into the second period. Justin, what did you like from what you saw from that period?
Well, they were able to get off to a quick start, and then Kentucky was able to adapt their game, and they didn't allow too many chances. And I mean, both teams have plenty of chances to score. It could easily be like a 4-4 game or 4-3 game right now, and instead it's 2-1. Both great goaltending performances so far here from Smalley and Cutler. And so, yeah, I mean, if you're BG, just keep playing your game because eventually something's going to happen. I mean, you've had plenty of chances. Just keep on knocking on the door, and something will go right or go in at some point.
Yeah, I completely agree. And I'm Ben Shannon for my partner Justin Chictano. This has been the Dirty Birds intermission report, not post game. Stay tuned because we still have 2 more periods of hockey coming up. The second period starting in about 13 minutes. And we are back for the second period in this one. University of Kentucky leads BGSU 2-1, 20 minutes on the clock. It's time for the second period, as it looks like the first line, Nitschke, Papuanu, and Denal will be taking the draw for the Falcons. And Denal drops and one back to Zeeble.
And Zeeble has it over to Papuanu, and it hopped over his stick. Now it's thrown back in by Islak. Now Zeeble backhands one around. Great do it near Papuanu. And now it's taken back at a shot, and it went off the inside of the post. Off the stick of Gary Islak, right off the post. A very early chance in the period for the Wildcats. That pass out.
Trouble getting the stick.
And Denal almost got to it, but it went off his stick in front of him, and now it's taken back over. Papuanu, great move there. Pass across, and Denal has it. Denal moves in, pass across, and it's blocked off there by Kentucky. Great play there by the Wildcat defender. And a bad giveaway here, and Islak moves in. Islak shoots it, he scores.
And if you're Bowling Green, that's not how you start the period, but it's what happened now. Kentucky leads 3-1. You got to respond, and you got to come out of that tunnel firing, but this time they don't. It's 3-1 Wildcats. Only 50 seconds into the second period, Justin. That one hurts.
And that's Islak's first goal of the game, the fifth year out of Mantua, New Jersey. I'm not sure where that is.
No,
I've never heard of Mantua.
Your guess is better than mine.
And now Tiggs has it. It's now Kentucky with the first multi-goal lead of the game, and I mean, like it was off another bad giveaway. We've seen Kentucky capitalize on both of the giveaways, both just now, and then the second goal in the first period was also off of a giveaway, and that's something that BG, they haven't done it like at all season, and they also haven't done it hardly at all this game. But the two times that they did it, it led to a goal. So they have to be very careful to not give up anything, because UK is always ready to turn it right back up the ice for a chance.
Yeah, UK is a very dangerous team, and we've seen that twice. You just cannot give, like we said, you cannot give great teams better opportunities to beat you. You got to play it in an even playing field because you have the talent to beat them. As that will be icing, and we're trying to decide what dot we'll face off at.
It'll be Dubendorfer, Kerr, and Rudo as the forward group, and it takes in Harchi. Pass run back and went between everybody. Tiggs racing after it. He's able to get to it and get it over to Rudo. Rudo pass across, and he just missed Dubendorfer. Now it's run back off the boards, off of Rudo, and caught out of the air by Denal on the bench.
What a snag by Denal there.
And he does it all. Excuse me, I cannot talk tonight. A bit under the weather.
Hey,
I think
you're a hero. This is your Jordan flu game.
It's because of this weather.
Yeah.
Weather. It's 75. It was 75 degrees on Thursday, and now it's 35 degrees.
Yeah, nothing like
and
the old
snowing.
Nothing like the old 40-degree switch overnight.
I've dealt with it.
Brutal break.
I've dealt with it for years. It's the same thing in Jersey, but
I mean, the same thing in Chicago too.
It's brutal.
You just can't catch a break, man.
It's a terrible thing.
We could be announcing Florida Gulf Coast ACHA hockey, but decided to go to BG and
we could be announcing
four seasons in 1 month.
We could be announcing outside.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thank goodness we're not announcing outside. And now Kerr has a great move there. He backhanded one in front, and it was deflected.
Guys, I don't think we have any.
And a hand pass is called. I was waiting for the call. That was a clear hand pass. And I'm not sure what they're trying to argue. That was definitely a hand pass.
And I don't think they were arguing. I think we had one Kentucky player yelling at the other. That is a big boy out there, number 18 on the Wildcats. Just an absolute monster out there. Thank God we're up here, Justin.
As Brett Quinn, the junior out of Glen Ellen, Illinois. There's a lot of Illinois guys on this team.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of Chicago, Illinois local guys in the ACHA. Just a lot of good hockey growing up there, as we did win 3 cups in 6 years. I don't know if you ever knew that, Justin. Just an absolute dynasty by the Blackhawks.
No, I did not know that.
Yeah.
Of course I knew that.
The team of the 2010s led to a lot of ice time, or not a lot of ice time for anybody that wasn't in registered organized hockey. I'll
And
tell you that.
there are a total of 6 Illinois natives on this Kentucky team. And a save made there by Smalley.
I believe there's 2 for Bowling Green, Leo Lapata and Luke Schuler. I could be wrong and not thinking of somebody, but I believe that is it.
You.
Well, yeah, I'm not on the roster, but yeah.
You. Now Jarosh trying to battle for it. So it's Sarnowski, and it hops over to Schuler. Schuler, and he's able to backhand one out of the zone. Now it's taken back in by Underwood, and he got running too hard there. As Smalley was able to make the save, and that will stop play with 17:07 left to go in the second, and Kentucky has a 3-1 lead. And BG puts out the line of Smith, Wood, and Schutte, and the defensemen Sarnowski and Dirkmatt. And the puck leaves the zone. Wood trying to kick it to his skate, but he could not. Now it's brought back in by Leroux. Leroux shoots, and now it's blocked out there by Dirkmatt. Now behind the net. Spun around, and now it's taken and put in front, and Wood was able to take it away. But then Cortapella took it back from him, and now Sarnowski with a great takeaway as he was knocked down there, and Smith is able to get it out. Smith, pass across, Schutte, had to go off his stick into the corner, and he's able to get to it, and now Smith has it. Smith put it in front, and now it's blocked off by Kentucky, and now it's flipped back out, and Dirkmatt has it, and Dirkmatt flips it out, and it comes near Wood, and Wood chops at it, and now Smith gets to it. Smith moves in with it, and now it comes over to Wood. Wood shoots off the glove of Cutler.
And Wood has been so close to getting that first goal of the season.
Now it's kept in, and the shot was blocked off, and now and that could have been a break chance, but it was not for Cortapella as he almost had a step on Sarnowski, but instead the pass was missed, and icing is called. 15:56.
Great job by Trey
second.
Zeeble, though, as I will say, going from blue line to goal line to get the icing there. Is the Kentucky Wildcat had a lot of legs on him there.
And now Denal on the draw. And Denal wins it back. Gray threw it towards the net. Denal has it in the corner now. Denal backhands one across, and now it's blocked off by Cortapella. And he throws it all the way around. Zeeble keeps it in. Zeeble threw it towards the net, and it went just wide. And Papuanu gets to it first. Great spin move there. Now comes over to Denal. And Denal shoots, glove save made there by Cutler, and he holds it.
Nice save there by Cutler as Denal just got robbed of a goal. I mean, just absolutely beautiful shot there. Just a better save.
And now Denal on the draw. Forwards with him are Nitschke and Papuanu, and the defensive pairing of Zeeble and Gray. And the faceoff is won back by Kentucky. As Isak will take it out. Yep, and as you said, a penalty is called.
It's going to be a trip.
And Kentucky will get the first power play of the period.
Some for Bowling Green, if you're trying to scrape back into this game, you just cannot have. But it happened anyway. You got to burn it now once you touch the puck.
Now thrown back in. And a shot there in front, and they score.
And that is worse.
And is it going to be waved off? No goal.
No goal.
It's waved off for a kick. As they're going to say that he kicked it in.
As I was going to say, that is the worst possible case scenario for a goal, for a delayed penalty, as in ACHA, and I just learned in NCAA rules. Is there a delayed? If there's a delayed penalty, and you score,
there's still a power play.
It's still a power play.
Yep.
That's backbreaking. I mean, that makes that delayed penalty and that goalie getting off the ice so important.
So it'll be Nitschke in the box for the Falcons, and it'll be a UK power play. It looks like BG will have Denal, Gray, Papuanu, and Zeeble as the penalty killers, and it will be Brett Quinn on the draw against Chase Denal.
I mean, this is Yeah, it's on the penalty kill, but they are a very good unit at getting that shorthanded goal. We've seen it a few times, usually with Cole Ferry, but Cole Ferry not in the lineup tonight after getting injured.
Now at the point, Burke has it. Burke shoots. Glove save by Smalley, and he holds it.
And there's that vision that I talked about. Jack Smalley just sees that puck all the way into his glove, and he just snags it right there out of the air.
He has great vision. One of the best, goalies that I always see in the puck, always seeing it through traffic. One of the best goalies that I've ever seen in terms of vision and seeing the puck through screens.
I totally agree, Justin. Is that another hand pass?
Yeah, that was a hand pass called, so the faceoff will come out of the zone.
Bowling Green slowly but surely moving their way up the ice via Kentucky mistakes. And once again, Kentucky begging for the ref to not call a hand pass, but that is the rules of hockey. As there's 14:49 left in the second period, University of Kentucky leads 3-1.
And once again, Quinn against Denal in the draw, and it's one back, and Denal has it now. Denal moves in. He was poke checked there as he was surrounded by pretty much the entire Wildcat team.
You got a man advantage, you might as well take it against a player like Chase Denal.
Now starting in deep. Archie gets to it. He puts it around, but it's stopped up there.
As I don't know, nobody knows where the puck is.
No, yeah, that was Eastlack who stopped it up, but he couldn't see where it was. Now back at the point, it's thrown off the boards. Archie trying to get to it. It was kept away from him, and now D'Amico has it. D'Amico waits. Back at the point, it's Burke. Burke, pass across. Now down low. Shot on save made by Smalley, and he's able to snag it out of the air and hold it. 14:02 left to go in the second, and 56 seconds to go on the man advantage.
Kentucky doing a great job right now. The man advantage, getting a lot of shots on net.
Now Kerr, Tiggs, Dubendorfer, and Harchie on the ice as the penalty killers. The Kerr was able to win the faceoff and clear it back down as he won it against Leroux, who had a goal last night and also has a goal here in the game tonight.
If you're Bowling Green, you cannot quit on this game, though, as I said earlier. A lot of time left. Got to burn this penalty off, though.
Now at the point. They pass across as the Wildcats look to get set up. Now it's back at the point again. A lot of passes, a lot of quick passes. Now in front, Kerr has it and is able to clear it back out, and he put it right off the boards and into the zone. As I believe Dirk Matt has the puck.
Stick.
Yep.
On the bench, obviously.
And Dirk Matt came up with it. 13:25 to go in the second. And 20 seconds to go on the power play. And I would say, I mean, for a game at this time of night, it's a pretty good turnout.
Yeah, I would say so, as well as you'd think more people are doing the night festivities you do in BG that we can't say on the broadcast. Decent turnout for the ACHA game, which has had great attendance all year, if I don't say so myself. It seems like just a lot more of a likable group than not that last year's team wasn't, but they just a lot great marketing done by our fearless boss, Tyler Doe. And it just seems like a lot of people are coming out now. As we have fans from New Jersey here. Mark Rudo's parents and some Kentucky Wildcats made the trip, as well as I see some blue out here right below us. Yeah, I mean, this is the first late game we've had all season. You know, it's hard to get a turnout that late at night. It's a great turnout, though, for the Bowling Green Falcons.
Pass across, and it's thrown in. Dirk Matt threw it around, and it was stopped up there, and now behind the net. The wraparound chance, and off the outside in the net. And Burzov was able to deflect the puck out of the zone. Now it's raced back in by the Wildcats, and the shot on went high and wide. And now Schuler gets it over to Bertzlaff. And Bertzlaff moves in, stops up, spins, and the backhand's one in deep. And now Schuler in front, and Jaros was looking for a tip there, but he couldn't get to it, and a save made there by Cutler. And then back at the point, Dirk Matt has it again. Pass across. Sarnowski moves in. He shoots one, and that was blocked in front. Now Sarnowski again, he shoots, and that one was also blocked off edge in the corner this time. Now at the point, Dirk Matt has a great pressure here by the Falcons. A shot on blocker save made by Cutler. Then Jaros with a big hit in the corner. I see he's still battling for it. And now they're really going at it, and that will be another penalty called on Jaros. And I think, will both guys be sent? No, it'll only be Jaros.
If you're John Jaros, you just can't get in your own head there. Bowling Green finally seem like they're going to turn it around, and both guys are going to go.
Be both, as the Wildcat player had to get a new stick as his stick got broken in the corner. I didn't see that. So
I get being an enforcer out there, Justin, like big bad John Jaros is, but he's a great player. You don't want him in the box twice, especially when you're trying to build on a 2-goal lead, or down 2 goals rather. Sorry.
It'll be Nick Metzger in the box for the Wildcats and John Jaros in the box for the Falcons, both freshmen.
The ACHA brings a lot of heat, and that time the fire burnt too hot, and both the freshmen are in the box.
Now Nishki battling for it there in the corner. It hops on over to the Wildcat D-man, and Denal battling for it there, and is able to get to it. Waits with it, and throws it back out at the point. Zeeble over to Gray. Gray waits, back to Zeeble. Zeeble works out there, and that one got deflected wide. And now Denal back over to Zeeble. And Zeeble lost it in his skates, and is able to spin. Still got to it, and he moves on in with it now. Zeeble waits with it. He shoots, save, and the rebound is fanned down there by Nitschke, as he caught that at a really weird spot. Now Gray tries to keep it in, and he wasn't able to, and it comes over to Zeeble. Zeeble spins, passes one over to Nitschke, and Nitschke has it all breaking, and also Gray, and he put it in front, and that was blocked off, but he gets to it. Back is one in front, and that one went wide. And now it's cleared back out. Isak trying to get to it, but Zeeble was able to poke it back. And now Gray, pass across, as Nitschke was tied up there, but he will get to it first. And the shot thrown on, easy stick save made there by Cutler. That pass across for D'Amico. As now the Wildcats make a few slow passes back in their zone. Now it's put back in. Islak lost it. And thrown up the middle of the ice, wide of everybody. Now Burke has it. Now chopped out there by D'Amico, and D'Amico trying to get to it, and he was running too hard there by Harchie. And now D'Amico in front, and that one got deflected up into the glass. Now behind the net. Denal gets to it. And Denal's been on the ice for a while, but he still has a ton of speed, making his way through the neutral zone. Now shot on, and it went just wide. Now Archie put it in front, and a shot there, save made by Cutler on the shot from Rudo. Big save made there by the UK goaltender.
While that sequence of shots was going on, Justin, both men left the box. We're back to 5-on-5 hockey. Bowling did a great job with the extra ice space out there, I thought, of putting a lot of shots on Cutler. Cutler standing tall. He's been a great goalie all night.
I mean, it seemed like, like they controlled, BG did. BG controlled pretty much all the play on that 4-on-4, and we see how dangerous they are when you give them space. They're a very dangerous team. Now Harchie reverses it over to Smith. Smith is able to almost get it out. And offsides is called, as I thought. Cortapella was able to keep it in, but he was not able to. And the faceoff will be outside of the BG defensive zone. And it's won back by the Falcons. And now Smith stops the transition pass and moves on in with it. And he got run too hard there, and a penalty is called, as BG will get their first power play of the period. So right here, this is where the momentum shift is huge. You can get back in the game here. You're not like out of the game yet, but like this one, like this power play here, this is a great chance for a confidence booster and also to swing the momentum.
Yeah, it's going to sound stupid when I say this, but it is true. It is quite easier to come back from 1 goal down in the third period than 2.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I knew that was going to sound as dumb as I said it anyway.
Or you're putting emphasis on it.
Yeah. As Bowling Green does not want to be in a dilemma going into the third period.
Now Dubendorfer. Rudo. Pass across. Jaros moves in with it. Jaros. Back pass. It was taken away by Leroux. And Leroux's able to get out with it. And now 2-on-1. Leroux with the puck. Moves in. Pass across. And that got deflected just wide.
Great play by the freshman Tiggs there as Luke Schuler was looking for blood but just missed the Kentucky Wildcat, the blue line.
And now Dubendorfer running too hard there by Leroux. Now Tiggs takes it away. Tiggs puts it off the glass and out. No, and that one went way high in the air, as high as you could put it without putting it off the ceiling. Now it's taken away. And a shot on there, and they score a short-handed goal for the Wildcats. And on the goal there, it is Colin Costello, the freshman from Plymouth, Massachusetts.
If you're Bowling Green, you got to have better puck awareness there, as that's the third goal to come off of a bad turnover, and that's been the story of the night so far. Bad turnovers have cost BG, and this time on the shorthanded, you're down 3 goals now.
And that's the first non-even strength goal of the game so far, and it comes shorthanded.
Yeah, Bowling Green's got to do something now. It's 3 goals is a tough deficit. We saw them do it at Michigan, but you can't, always trust that you can repeat that.
And now Denal, and they'll take it in. And he shoots, and that one got blocked off, but he gets back to it with speed, and the official was in his way,
the ref goes down
he
once
lost
again.
the puck due to it. Now shot thrown on, and the save made by Smalley.
That's 2 refs down in tonight's matchup. A new game for our favorite BGSU club alumni, Adam Simon, to love. As I believe there's another BGSU alumni walking up over there. I think that's Harry Hall, but I could be wrong.
And we saw him ref the game last weekend against OSU.
Just an absolute beauty, Harry Hall.
Or I'm sorry, no, he refed the game against Michigan. Excuse me. It was 2 weekends ago. And now Zeeble. Zeeble will take it out.
Yeah, like I said, once you're in this ACHA team program for at least a year, you're in the family for life. A lot of players still talk to Adam Simon
turnover
and Harry Hall.
And it's brought back in. And a shot there, and they score again. That's 2 shorthanded goals for Kentucky on the same power play, and they lead it 5-1. And on the goal there, it is Brett Quinn, the junior from Glen Ellen, Illinois.
Jack Smalley's really mad, but it's hard to stop a breakaway, especially when you have the man advantage. Just very brutal. Definitely the worst power play for the Falcons all season, as we've just seen 2 goals in under 2 minutes as they had the man advantage, and just bad turnovers once again.
Now Dubendorfer trying to play it, and it's backhanded in by Kerr. Now flip back out. Sarnowski has it now. Pass across. Rudo made a move there and put it across. Dubendorfer tried to bring it in, but he could not. And now it's taken back, and Rudo moves in with it. Rudo was behind the net, and he's running too hard there by a Wildcat player.
And Rudo's going to get called there. Both guys are going to get sent to the box.
They're both going to be sent off.
And I think this is, like I said in a past series, I think it was Ohio State. This is just straight up. The game's getting a little chaotic. It's getting a little chippy. Kentucky leads by 4. You see any skirmish, you're just going to send both guys to the box to lay the law down as a ref. That's what we see there, and now we'll have 4-on-4 hockey for 2 minutes, 6:47 left in this second period. If you're just tuning in, the story of tonight's game is just bad turnovers by the Falcons, and University of Kentucky just capitalizing on them just tremendously.
A big hit there by Schuler.
Goals by the Wildcats.
Now it's flipped out all the way back down. And icing is called as Dirk Matt gets to it first. Six and a half minutes left to go in the second. Kentucky with a 5-1 lead over the Falcons.
And if you're Bowling Green, I mean, you got to chip away at this lead. This game is not over, like I said, and I know I'm being optimistic, Justin, but you got to play to that final horn, so you might as well start chipping away at that lead and make it a little easier for you in the third.
Now Bertzlaff threw it back in deep. It's played off the boards. And the row will bring it in. And the row stops the third, and he lost his footing. But now Schuler has it. Schuler pass over to Sarnowski. And Sarnowski spins and got it over to Bertzlaff. Great pass. And Bertzlaff's shot got blocked off. Now a poke check there by Schutte as he's trying to get to it by the BG bench. And Bertzlaff in to help him out. And now Bertzlaff has it. And his pass was blocked off, and LaRoe brings it in. LaRoe shoots, and that one got deflected into the far corner. And now Sarnowski has it, and he tried to get it over to Dirkmatt, but it went past him, and now it hops out of the zone. It's thrown back in. Sarnowski giving chase. And Eastlack was able to get to it first. He moves in, he shoots, and that one went just wide. And now D'Amico. Pass up the middle. It's brought in by Quinn. Quinn waits, and he tried to make a move, but he was stopped up there. Now D'Amico, big drive there, and that one went wide. Now Gray has it at the near corner. And he gets it out over to Schutte. Schutte got poke check there. 5 seconds to go on the coincidental minor penalties. And Dirkmatt with the flip pass. And Gray got it over to Dirkmatt as both players are now out of the box. And pass in front. And a shot on there. And a save made by Smalley as the net came way off its hinges. And that will stop play with 4:36 left to go in the second. On the draw, it's Quinn against Rudo, and it's one back by Rudo all the way into the corner. Wood tried to chop at it, and it's chopped back behind the net. Ray trying to kick it to him there, but he could not, and now Rudo takes it, and a great move there. The saucer pass near Schutte, and it goes all the way back down, and icing is called as that stops play with 4:17 to go here in the second.
If you're Bowling Green, you're just trying to get out of the second period. Kentucky's led the game, obviously, but Kentucky's owned the second period from the first 50 seconds as they made it 3-1, and then just that brutal power play for the Falcons, giving up 2 shorthanded goals. If you're Bowling Green, you got to bounce back here. Still a lot of time left, but it's going to be a tough one to say the least.
Now thrown in front and without the skate of Gray. I played around as the Wildcats look to get the cycle set up, excuse me. And the shot on, blocked off. And now in the corner. Rudo trying to get to it there and is able to get to it. And a great move there. And he throws it around. And it was knocked down by Wood as it goes all the way back down. And icing is called as Burke got to it first. 3:45 to go in the second. This has been a very long period. There's been a lot of stoppages.
Yeah.
A lot of icings. And the face-off will be at the far circle. Rudo on the draw. And it's one back behind the net. I played around, and Schutte gets to it. And he was able to get it out, and this will once again go down the ice for an icing.
Bowling Green getting back in that rotation that Ohio State made them do. They're finally breaking it out, and then a long pass misses, and you got 3 icings in a row. A lot of tired Falcons out there as they just keep getting stoppages and keep skating down and try to beat that icing, and they just don't come. That doesn't come to fruition. As Kentucky has it behind the net. They will stay to the right elbow. And that's a shot on net, but it's going to go right off the back of the net. Bowling Green fighting for it. That's alternate captain Trent Gray. And we have a penalty, and it's going to be on the, I believe, on the Wildcats. As there was a trip right in front. I didn't see what the penalty was, and that's going to be a hooking call. And that will send Bowling Green back to the power play. looking for a lot better fortunes than the last power play they had when Kentucky scored 2 shorthanded goals. That'll be number 44 for the Wildcats being sent to the box. Bowling Green's going to send their first unit out, and that is Denal, Nitschke, Papuanu, Zeeble, and I believe that's Dirkman.
I step away for 2 seconds. Now we're on the power play. Good to see.
Yeah, maybe you should step away for longer and hope we get a goal.
Oh, no, but it's knocked down there by Kerr, but
not
Zeeble was just not able to keep it in. And now Denal, flip pass over to Nitschke. He moves in with it, and a drop pass was taken away by Leroux. And Leroux is able to get it to his teammate, and now it's thrown out. Now Smalley stops it up there behind the net. Zeeble plays it around. And now Denal, and he pokes at it, and now he moves on in with it. Tries to make a move, and now Papuanu over to Denal. He shoots, and a save made there.
What a save by Cutler there.
Big save made there by Cutler as he was going one way, and he went the other way to make the save. And that shot went off the outside of the net. Now it's thrown around and kept in by Zeeble. Zeeble back to Papuanu, and now Denal. Denal moves in, waits, back to Zeeble. Zeeble over to Denal at the far boards. Pass in front, tipped, and it rolls in, and they score! A couple deflections, and that puck had eyes, and it found its way into the back of the net. And BG, their first goal of the period, first power play goal of the game, and that makes it a 3-goal game.
If you're Bowling Green, that's huge to end the second period.
Hey, it's not over yet.
No, I know.
2:15 to go. We've seen crazier.
But a power play goal after that brutal power play earlier, Justin, makes it a 3-goal game, and now Bowling Green trying to keep that momentum on their side as they will take the draw back at 5-on-5, obviously, because it was a power play goal.
Now Schuler, Jaros, and Bertzlaff are the forwards. And it comes over to Harchie, and he banks one off the boards. Now it comes over to Tiggs. And I was talking to Tiggs a couple weeks ago. There's something that I keep on forgetting to mention. I have never seen this before. Nick Tiggs does not use any tape on the blade of his stick.
Yeah, it's wax. It's probably the only hockey player I've ever seen do that.
He uses only wax.
That's a very interesting move.
It is. And now it could be a 2-on-1. Jaros moves in with it. Jaros puts it in front, and the tip went wide as he was looking for Schuler in front. And now Bertzlaff is able to knock it down, put it in front, and the save made by Cutler. And the assists on that goal go to Nitschke and Kerr.
And that first line will come back out. Denal already having 4 goals on the weekend. Or was he rewarded with that last goal, Justin? I didn't see who.
I wasn't sure. I didn't hear the PA announcement, and there were so many tips on that goal. I didn't see who got it.
Well, either way, you got a point there. That's 4 points for chasing all on the weekend. Just another great weekend, but after a quiet one in OSU.
Now Tiggs, backhand's going over to Nitschke.
And that's right. Last time Jason All played at the Slater Family Ice Center with the ACHA team, he got into a fight and was ejected early in that game. I just remembered that.
And Denal gets to it. He moves in with it, and he was poke checked there, and he couldn't get a shot off. Excuse me, I lost my speech there for a second. Now Papuanu's shot got tipped wide. Now it's thrown all the way back down, and icing is called. And something I did notice just now is that Harchie's tape job, it goes up past his blade. So him and his Z partner have 2 very, very, very asimilar tape jobs.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of an interesting move. Bowling Green, obviously, big freshman recruits him, Tiggs and Harchie. Did a great job there.
Now Papuanu over to Gray, and Gray throws it in deep.
Here.
Now Nitschke, and he tried to put it in front, and it got deflected back behind the net. Poked out there by Nitschke as he went for a check there. Now it's thrown all the way back out. Icing waved off as Gray will go back to play it.
28 seconds left in this first period, or in the second period.
He's able to hold on to it, and he tried to get it over to Denal, and went wide of him, and now icing is called. As BG, they were able to get 1 player off the ice as Nitschke went off and was replaced by Dubendorfer, but Denal and Papuanu are still on the ice.
Dubendorfer's last goal came actually as that Harchie injury happened. Harchie went down on the ice. That deflected off his neck into Dubendorfer's stick, and Dubendorfer shot the puck and scored.
Now comes in front, and D'Amico couldn't get a shot off there. As now Zeeble tried to get it out, but he could not, and it's kept in. Zeeble battling for it there in the corner. 5 seconds to go in the period. Dubendorfer will skate it out, and that will do it for the second period. UK scores 3 goals in the period. BG scores 1. 5-2 Kentucky after 2, as we will head right into the Dirty Birds' second intermission report. Ben, take it away.
Yeah, I mean, on this, obviously, this could be a very different game without that Bowling Green power play, 2 goals, but it's not. Obviously, Justin, Kentucky goes to the box and they score 2 shorthanded goals in a 2-minute penalty kill, the best penalty kill that I've ever seen. Just a great penalty kill, getting 2 goals on it. You don't see that much. They're up 3 goals instead of 1 because of that. Bowling Green needs to respond right here and figure out what you're going to do, because you're down 3 goals with 20 minutes left, and you're going to have to come out firing. And you can't do what you did in the second period and give up a goal 50 seconds into it.
Nope.
Kentucky ran the entire period until late, about 2 minutes left. A lot of Falcons touched that puck. We still don't know who scored that goal. We'll get back to you on that in the next period when we find out. But a lot of touches on the puck. But before that, 2 minutes 15 seconds, about the first 17 minutes and 45 seconds, Justin, Kentucky ran that period like there was no one else on the ice. Justin, what do you think the Bowling Green Falcons have to do in the third period to get back and maybe force overtime or even win this in regulation?
Well, they were able to put the pressure on at certain points of that period. I mean, we've seen them as they were able to sustain some pressure, and I mean, like, they're going to have to apply pressure to this Kentucky team, be aggressive in the third period, and yeah, excuse me, you're going to have to focus more of your attention on the offensive part of the game rather than your defensive part of the game being down by 3. But yeah, I'm looking for a big offensive push here in the third period from the Falcons. Excuse me, I cannot talk. My sinuses are just.
No, you're good. That's a perfect time.
It is really bad.
It's a perfect time to let you breathe.
I apologize.
It's a perfect time to let you breathe. We have 10:15 left in this intermission. Stay tuned. We got a third period to play, and you don't want to miss it. Something always crazy happens on these streams, and we kind of had a chill game so far. We'll be back in 10 minutes exactly for the third period. Stay tuned. And welcome back to the third period. University of Kentucky currently leads 5-2. Jack Smalley stretching in net. That was a big discussion point in the intermission to defend your goalie and get him some goal support out there, as the first line will be back out to start the first period. That puck will go to the Kentucky Wildcat, and it'll be dumped in the zone right to junior Trent Gray. Trent Gray will pass that puck straight to Papuano, but he'll lose it once again.
Now it's put around, and Gray gets to it. Gray, and a chip pass for Papuano went past him.
Big hit from Chasen All right there.
And now Zeebel's pass up was stopped by Burke. And Burke tried to make a move at the line, and he puts it in deep. Now Zeebel, back pass over to Gray. Gray back to Zeebel. Zeebel drop pass, and it was stolen, and a shot on there, save made by Smalley. And now Gray takes it away. Gray, long pass across over to Nitschke, and he backhands one in deep, as the Falcons will make a change. Burke has it now. Now Burke exchanges passes with a UK forward. Smalley lets it roll on him, and he plays it over to Tiggs. And it takes his pass up for Rudo, went past him, and icing is called.
Yeah, Bowling Green having an issue once again with that long pass, Justin. Just cannot find each other to connect.
That's been one of their big strengths all season, the long stretch pass out of the zone and the quick transition. And UK has done a great job of shutting it down this weekend, and OSU did a great job of shutting it down last weekend. That's put back in, and Tiggs gets to it. Tiggs pokes at it and hops up into the zone. Rudo couldn't touch it because it would have been offsides. Now Cortapella moves on in with it, and he still has it. Shot, and a save made there by Smalley. Now Kerr tries to take it out. Rudo, and now Dubendorfer. Knocked down hard there from behind by Leroux, and Leroux gives him a small little cross check there. Nothing too violent though.
Yeah, no, I can imagine the ice is a little brutal tonight, as we had skate with the Falcons after the D1 game. That ice is taking a beating all day.
Oh yeah. Another pass from Tiggs went wide of Dubendorfer. Tiggs knocks down the dump in, and now Harchie back over to Tiggs. Tiggs long stretch pass up the ice, and it was blocked off there by the Kentucky defenseman. And a drop pass off as Kentucky, one of the Kentucky forwards ran into Smalley behind the net. Now put in front, and the shot was blocked off by Harchie. And a great block there from Harchie, and a big hit there in the corner. Schuler ran into a Wildcat at the far corner. Now comes around, Bertzlav trying to knock it down, and he wasn't able to. It is kept in by the Wildcats. Tiggs racing after it. Tiggs throws it all the way around, and now it's thrown in deep. Comes all the way around, Bertzlav will get to it. Harchie tries to clear, and is able to, and now Schuler will race out with it. Schuler puts one on net, and a save made by Cutler. And Schuler with a big hit there, and they're going to call a penalty. They're going to call interference on Luke Schuler.
I don't know about that one, Justin. The puck seemed close enough that you can hit him.
Yeah, I mean, the one argument that, like, I guess you could make there is the UK player never touched the puck. So, I mean, I guess, that is what interference is. It's when it's an early hit on a guy who hasn't touched the puck. And also, I mean, Schuler was the closest one to the puck, excuse me. If they both went in full speed to go get it, Schuler would have gotten there first. So, unfortunate call, unfortunate positioning, as now UK gets their first power play of the period, and the first power play of the period.
And another thing Bowling Green just cannot have happen to him. Trying to come back from 3 goals once again.
And Zeebel clears. Cutler will stop it up there. And that penalty coming at 3:10 of the third period. Now Leroux. And Leroux moves in with it. Leroux goes behind the net and drops it off. And now he gets it back at the far corner. And his pass got deflected away by Jaros, and Jaros was trying to battle for it, and it was taken off of him. But a tip out there by Jaros to kill time. And I think I wanted to say this before. I believe there's one other player, as Smalley makes a save. There's one more player that I thought of on BG from Illinois. I believe Logan Harchie.
Logan Harchie
also
from Rockford. I forgot
Illinois.
about that.
So you have a lot of friends on this team from Illinois.
Yeah, for some reason, Illinois boys love the ACHA because from every team we played so far, there's at least a couple from Illinois or Chicagoland area. I believe that has to do something with the success of the Blackhawks when everybody was all growing up around the same time.
Now it's put in deep. And Gray battling for it there, and it comes behind the net over to Quinn. Quinn, back pass. And Quinn gets it back. Pass across, and hopped over the stick of D'Amico, but he's able to keep it in. 17 seconds to go on the man advantage as Messenger will poke it out, and Wood one-hands it out of the zone.
Yeah, I think Wood thought Messenger was going to still be there. Bad turnover right there.
Now shot on, saved the rebound, and it went wide. Smalley may have gotten a piece of it, but that rebound came off the stick of Gabe D'Amico. Now throwing in deep, and you got to watch the guy in front. Pass in front, and Denal will take it away. Denal pass, and he just missed Wood. Schuler trying to race after it. And a bit of a late icing there as the official waited until after the puck went off the boards.
Well, Schuler was gaining speed, just ran out of space, I think, there, Justin.
That's an old-fashioned icing call. It used to be, like, my dad always tells me, how can you blow the whistle before the puck even gets there? And, like, he always complains about that, so I guess that was an old-fashioned type icing call.
Shout out Mr. Chicatano, a purist of hockey. As Jason All once again take the draw. He's been out there for a while.
Eastlak has it now. Eastlak put it in front, and that went wide of D'Amico. Eastlak is the captain of the Kentucky Wildcats. Now put in front and stolen away, and now a pass up went wide of Wood. Now it's thrown back in. And a weird line combination here, a bit different, not weird, different, excuse me, as we see Schuler with Wood and Denal.
Yeah, I think that has something to do with the penalty. Kind of just changing lines up because you didn't have Schuler out there.
Now thrown back in, D'Amico, back pass, the shot on, and that one went just wide. Off the stick of Gary Eastlak, and now it's thrown back in, but blocked off, and now Schuler races in, and he backhands one in deep.
Like we said, a lot with the Jack Smalley and a lot with the Bowling Green Falcon goalies for this ACHA team. Facing a lot of shots. Jack Smalley's played a great game, giving up 5 goals, which sounds dumb to say, but it is true.
Now puck is thrown all the way back down, and icing is called, and BG is able to get the first line back out of Papuanu, Denal, and Nitschke. And they have the defensive pairing of Sarnowski and Tiggs out there. And some stick taps on the boards by the UK players as they're trying to make some noise here late in the game. As the Tiggs' keeping attempt was cleared out. Now Sarnowski made a pass over to Nitschke, and he backhands one in deep. And now D'Amico off the boards, almost stolen, and then Denal took it away, and Denal got running too hard there. Now Papuanu shot, it was blocked in front, and they score. Chase Nitschke as he picked it up off of the deflection. That was a weird deflection in front, and it came right over to Nitschke, and he put it in the wide open net, and that makes it a 2-goal game with 13:06 left to go in the third.
And Bowling Green needed that early in the third, making a 2-goal game. Chase Nitschke, we said this last game that we broadcasted, Justin, I believe. He's having a silent, fantastic season. He's second or third in team points behind Denal and Ferry. He might be ahead of Ferry now, but he's having a silent, great year.
I know heading into last weekend, he was over a point per game. He had 16 points in 14 games heading into last weekend. I know it was 16 points. I don't know how many games it was. I believe it was 14. And now Zeeble flips it out. Dubendorfer racing after it. And it's thrown back out of the zone, and Kerr will take it now. Kerr back pass over to Zeeble. Zeeble back pass again, and now Gray has it. Gray banks one off the boards. And it comes over to Rudo. Rudo moves on it, and his shot got deflected, and it goes up into the mesh, and that will stop play with 12:33 left to go here in the third.
And that's Nolan Sarnowski's first point of the season, making his debut last night and getting an assist tonight.
First point in his second game. Oh, yeah.
You'll love to see it. And he's just one of those players that just leads by example. Doesn't have an A on his chest or a C on his chest, but it's like having an extra captain or coach on the ice when Sarnowski jumps over the boards.
Now pass across as Kentucky attempts to lead the zone, and it's flipped out. It comes over to Gray, and Gray played it near curb, but it was taken away from him. Now thrown across the crease wide. Now thrown in deep. And then Zeeble took it away. Zeeble will race out with it. And with a lot of speed, he moves on in, and he goes around everybody. And he still has it, now behind the net. Backhand's one in front, and it was blocked off there by the UK D-man.
Oh.
And Dubendorfer got running too hard there, and a penalty is called, I believe.
No, they called a hand pass.
Hand pass?
Dubendorfer's going to give the ref the business.
I just assume it was a penalty because the whistle got blown immediately.
Yeah, Dubendorfer did not like that. As we say on this broadcast, the golden bullet. He was heated there.
11:50 to go in the third.
And now we're going to change where.
And yeah, and it's going to be all the way back.
I don't know what is happening.
Not all the way back, but back near the BG defensive zone. And it's thrown in there by Burke. Archie behind the net. He gets to it. Gets it over to Tiggs. Tiggs heads down the far wing with speed. Gives it over to Bertzlaff. And Bertzlaff put it in front and then went wide of a few players in front. And now Jaros tried to poke at it, but it was taken away from him. And this could be a 3-on-2 for Kentucky. Great move there. Schuler took it away, though. Schuler chips it out. And that went off the glove of the UK defenseman into the bench, into the BG bench. So the faceoff will come out of the zone.
And Chandler Odell's father, I believe that's him in the audience, was the first one to see that, pointing immediately and yelling, off UK, off UK.
Schuler on the draw, and it's one back by the Wildcats, as that is Burke, who will throw it in deep. Archie gets to it. I pass across over to Tiggs. Tiggs throws it out, and it goes all the way back down the ice, and icing is called with 11:06 left to go in the third. Schuler, Bertzlaff, Jaros, Tiggs, and Harchie on the ice for the Falcons. And the faceoff is one back forward by Schuler, and Kentucky will take it back. And a shot on, and now it's tipped, and it's loose under Smalley, and he falls down under it onto his backside.
Smart by Jack Smalley there, to not just let that puck stay loose and just fall directly on it. You'll love to see that.
Exactly 11 minutes left to go here in the third, as Kentucky leads Bowling Green 5-3. Now Messenger on the draw, and he was able to win it, but UK took it back, and that shot went wide. Now Sarnowski will get to it, and he plays it out, and went past Smith, and now it's played back in, and it's caught by Smalley, and as he drops it off for Dirk Matt. Now Dirk Matt's pass was taken away by D'Amico. D'Amico shoots, glove saved by Smalley, and he holds it as he caught it right in front of his mask. Now Gray will take it away, and he gets it over to Smith. Smith backhand pass, attempted for Gray, but he couldn't get it to him. Now Smith will take it back and play it on in. And he tried to get it across, but it was blocked off. Now flipped out, but Zeeble stopped it, and he played it back in deep. Now behind the net, Burke will take it out.
Halfway through the third period, Bowling Green still down 2 goals. 5-3 if you're just tuning in. 9:58 left in this third period.
And a shot, save, and the rebound. And a big save made there by Smalley, as I believe he got a piece of it. I wasn't sure, I couldn't tell.
Either way, it's not in the net. Great save by Smalley. They're going around the world to make that save.
But it looked to me like he did get a piece of it as he went sprawling out. And the pass up went off the stick of a Kentucky player. Oh, icing is called. I thought it went off of a Kentucky player. It may have been a BG player. I heard it hit something.
I thought that as well, as there was a few fans in the crowd giving the deflection noise or sound. Or signal, sorry.
And it's going to be face-off will be at center ice.
And now the Kentucky bench is mad about a line change. I think the refs said that they did make a mistake.
No, yeah, because it like whether it hit a BG player or a Kentucky player, that negates the icing either way because it was past the red line. So
yeah.
it shouldn't have been icing because it hit something. Yeah, I wasn't going crazy. I knew it hit something. I thought I was going crazy for a second. It's very, very late.
Good.
And now it's thrown back in. Now thrown up the ice over to Leroux. Leroux moves in with it, goes around the net, goes it back out at the point, pass across, and off the stick of a Wildcat player. Denol will try and get to it, and is able to. And I believe that was going to be a high stick.
No, that was offsides on Chase Nitschke.
Maybe, I wasn't sure if Nitschke entered the zone or if that was, or if it was touched with a high stick. I wasn't sure. I couldn't.
Yeah, I believe Chase Nitschke came a little early to the party.
And now Harchi, early to the party.
Yeah, I'm trying to change it up.
No, yeah.
Be a different type of commentator.
Now Rudo tried to play it around. He was blocked off there by Underwood, and now Denol has it. Denol stops up there, moves down, he shoots, and a save made. And now he still has it. And they tried to make a move around Cortapella, but it was taken off of him, and now Sarnowski racing in after it. And he's going to get beat there. Now it's put in front, and Dirk Matt will clear it, but now it's kept in. And a penalty is called, and it'll be Sarnowski heading to the box. With 7:53 to go here in the third, UK will get another power play.
That's a very close penalty. I could have seen that one go either way, but
Yeah,
this one
yeah,
goes on the side of the Wildcats.
I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah, I mean, you can't
gotta learn to
change it now,
yeah,
so look what you're doing right now.
Look past it and kill off the penalty.
Yeah, Bowling Green won't be back to full strength till 5:53. It's not a lot of time to score 2 goals, but we did see the D1 team tonight beat the St. Thomas Tommies down 1 goal and winning it with 2 goals at 5:15 left in the game.
Now shot on, saving the rebound, is blocked off. Kerr tries to clear, but it was kept in though by Burke. And now Eastlack, pass across of Cortapella, shoots, save made by Smalley. Now Kerr is able to clear all the way back down this time. Now it's thrown around.
Yeah, Cutler did a good job there of keeping the puck from getting an icing again, as there was a Bowling Green Falcon streaking.
And now D'Amico moves in. Goes behind the net. Poke check there by Zeeble. D'Amico got it over to Burke, and now down low. Pass in the middle. The one-timer was partially fanned on and also blocked. Now Zeeble will take it out, and he moves down with it. And he shoots. Save made, and it's loose in the crease and cleared out of there by Cortapella.
Yeah, Cortapella just beat Jacob Dubendorfer crashing towards the net when the puck was sitting on a silver platter right in front of the goal line with no goalie blocking it.
Now it's thrown back in. Schuler chops that, and he got running too hard there by Eastlack. Now it's taken there by Quinn. Tiggs watching him. 6.5 minutes to go as that puck will come out of the zone. Burke gets to it first and gives it over to D'Amico. Now pass across, and it's thrown in deep.
Man, is Sarnowski pumped to get out of the box. He has not sat down once yet this entire power play for the United States, for the University of Kentucky rather.
And there's only 20 seconds to go, less than 20 seconds now.
He's ready to get it back on that ice.
Now pass across, and a back pass as Kentucky look to clear the zone. Schuler watching Leroux there. It's played in deep. Harchi gets to it, and the power play is now over. Now it's played back at the point by Kerr as he was able to clear it out. And now thrown back in deep, or excuse me, that was Harchi, not Kerr. And now Harchi off the boards and taken away and thrown back in by the Wildcats, where Tiggs will play it.
Jason All will circle back, try to set a play up as Nick Tiggs will take it.
And now Denal trying to get to it. He was held off the puck there by Leroux. Now behind the net. Denal still battling there, and they got taken down hard there, and a penalty is called as BG will go on the power play.
5:05 left, Bowling Green down by 2. This is a huge power play, Justin, as they almost have to convert on this one early, so you have still time to tie it if you convert. Jason All will stay out there as long with the first line as we see. No, rather we got a little change as the first power play line will get out there. We'll have Nitschke, Papuanu with an all at center, and then Kerr and I believe that's Zeeble as the deep pairing.
And now it's loose in front, and it goes into the corner, and the clearing attempt by Burke was blocked off, but then it's cleared all the way back down by Eastlack.
And that's a roughing call on the Wildcat.
Zeeble has it now. Zeeble goes through the middle and now heads towards the near boards. And a great move there. And he just lost it, but Nishiki got to it. And now it's played in the middle. Kerr stops up there and plays it down low over to Denal. And Denal pass across. Papuanu shot. Save made by Cutler. Unbelievable save made there by the UK goaltender.
That was a fantastic save there by Cutler.
One of the best we've seen so far from him. Now Nishiki heads down the wing. And he throws it all the way around. And went past Papuanu. Now played in the middle. And out of the zone, and Tiggs has it now. Tiggs plays it across. Now Nishiki, long pass across, Papuanu. And he had to spin back. Now Papuanu. And he took a big hit there in front of the UK bench. As now, once again, BG will be forced to reset. And now Denal brings it in. Denal's backhand pass was stolen away by Quinn, and he will clear it all the way back down. Another great penalty kill so far by the Wildcats. And then Smalley lost the puck, but luckily Tiggs was there to help him recover. And takes his pass, went off of a Wildcat player, and it rolls in on Cutler, and he will cover it up with 3:33 left to go here in the third and 28 seconds left to go on the power play. Schuler, Dubendorfer, Jaros, Gray, and Rudo on the ice now. Now the Wildcats will take it out of the zone. Put it all the way in. Smalley behind the net. He drops it off. And a miscommunication there between Gray and Rudo. Now it's taken out. Play out the boards and thrown right back in by Underwood. Smalley is able to settle it down and play it over to Gray. Gray stops up and gets it over to Rudo. And went off his skate. And he's able to play it there right in front of the scorer's table. Under 3 minutes to go now in regulation. BG down by 2. Played across. Now Schuler has it. Schuler pass across over to Rudo. Rudo. And now Schuler. Plays it over to Dubendorfer, and he dropped it off for Jaros, but it was poked away from him there by Underwood. And then Gray stopped it up there. Gray trying to move into the zone with it, but it was taken off of him and now thrown back in. 2.5 minutes to go now in regulation.
Yeah, Bowling Green's going to need a special moment right here to tie this one. Right now they're still down 2 goals. They need one first. As Kentucky will keep spending that clock by keeping it in the Bowling Green defensive zone. Trent Gray once again will try to get it.
Now slipped in by Birdslaff, and he races him with a lot of speed to go get it, but it was taken away from him, and now Kentucky will lead the zone with it.
Just under 2 minutes left in regulation. Oh, big miss hit right there Because that would have been a bad one.
And now Dirk Matt battling for it there. And the shot thrown on. Off the glove of Smalley. And now let's play it out. And now Dirk Matt plays it in. And a big hit there by the blue line as now Smalley heads to the bench and the extra man will come on. Now let's play it out. And Dirk Matt races back to retrieve it. Dirk Matt long pass off the stick of Wood and in. Settled down there and thrown around. Now a great move there, but Nishiki was able to keep it in. Nishiki shot, and that one was tipped wide. Islak plays it out, and it comes over to D'Amico. D'Amico pass across over to Islak. He shoots, and that one got deflected wide by Harchi. Now
Big
comes over to Wood.
there.
Wood over to Nishiki, and he's got room to skate. Nishiki moves in with it. Nishiki waits, goes behind the net, still has it. The back pass, and it went wide of Kerr. And they will have to go all the way back and get it reset once again. Kerr. Pass over to Harchi. Harchi off the boards. Play it in now. Zeebel will take it in, and this could be a chance here. Zeebel shoots. Save made by Cutler, and he holds it.
That's a beautiful save by Cutler there. The Illinois native might have just put the seal in the coffin there. Still a lot of time left, though.
Yeah,
36
seconds left to go here in regulation.
Talking about probably Cutler's favorite team, Chicago Blackhawks scored 2 in 17 seconds to win the 2013 Stanley Cup.
And now Kerr. Pass down low.
Some would debate this game is more important than that.
Now pass across Zeebel. And he tried to get it in front, but it was blocked off there. Now Zeebel back pass over to Harchi. Harchi down low, Zeebel. Zeebel puts it in the middle and off the leg of Kerr. Played around. And now Deneau put it in front, and then went wide of a couple players in front. Now Harchi, down low, Zeebel. Zeebel got a push off the puck there, and that will do it for the game. Kentucky will go on to win this one 5-3, and they sweep the 2-game weekend series against BG.
That's a huge win for the Wildcats there. And a tough loss for the Falcons, as we'll go straight into our Dirty Birds post-game show, Justin. I mean, it's simple to say. We said it in the both intermission reports. Bad turnovers cost us this game. Jack Smalley played a very good game for giving up 5 goals, but you know, when you have bad turnovers and breakaways happen to a great team like Kentucky, that's what's going to happen. And Bowling Green loses this one 5-3 after late game push. Just couldn't figure it out. Justin, what's your takeaways from this one going into a 2-week break and then back on the ice against the Ohio Bobcats?
Well, they're going to have a lot of time to think over this weekend because they played very well last night, and they played well for about half the game here tonight. We know that they weren't happy. Talking to them during the second intermission, they weren't happy with their performance. And I mean, it was just the turnovers. Like, they played well, but some careless mistakes led to a couple goals for Kentucky, and they converted on all the chances that they got. And I mean, yeah, like they played really well in the third period. It was a great game by Kentucky, pretty much all around. And so, yeah, I mean, you have about 2 weeks to go over on how to adjust and look forward to the 2-game set against Ohio.
Yeah, I mean, it's a very long weekend for both teams, Justin, as, you know, they played in Lexington, Kentucky last night for Midnight Madness, and then, I mean, it's about, what, a 6-hour car ride back to BG. So you wake up this morning for both teams, go straight to Bowling Green, 6 hours in a car, get a quick nap, and you're playing once again late at night. And for Kentucky, you go straight back to the drive. Just a long weekend. I know both teams are happy for this one to be over. Kentucky a lot happier with 2 wins, 1 in overtime, 1 in regulation. Justin, I believe I'm all wrapped up if you are.
Yep.
For myself, Ben Shannon, and my partner, Justin Chicatano, team president and team captain, Adam Birchlaff, head coach, Drew Harper, camera guy, Seth Kaiser, and a mixed bag of scoreboard help, Aiden Licata and Luke Orrs. We at Bowling Green ACHA thank you for tuning into this one and hope to see you next time when we play the Ohio Bobcats. Stay tuned on Twitter at BGSU Club Hockey.